Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bactria. Back to Bactria. Get it? Anyways, so yes, we're back in this little Bactrian series in which, well, we have accomplished our mission to unite all of Bactria. But as you can see right in front of you, and it's led by the Banebshen Aldara, founder of the Aldarid dynasty, and, well, we consider her as the founder and restorer of Bactria. Flanked by her is her husband, Shah Ramachandra of Srikula Hindu Rajput, which he's wearing a mask because he was disfigured during the wars of our, easy for me to say, the wars of Aldara. You know, kind of like wars of Alexander the Great and whatnot. Maybe we could call her Aldara the Great. And this is the one to succeed her, her heir, Alfonso, who is a man with a lot of jobs. He's the heir to the Bactrian Empire. Well, in actuality, he's going to be the one to create the Bactrian Empire. And he's also the steward. He's also the Eswar, hence the reason why he's wearing armor, as much as Aldara's Rajput husband is. And additionally, he is also our court physician. In other words, he's a combat medic. And yes, he was wounded in action, but he survived the horrors of war. But now, it is time to swing our swords a few more times, as we will be dealing with a Tajik insurrection. And then after that, there shall be peace, harmony, and prosperity in the lands of Bactria and Sindh. Let us go to the Shahdom of Sindh, or Empire of Bactria, because our kingdom, Shahdom, is the size of an empire. As you can see, it might as well be considered an empire right now due to its sheer size. As we remind you once more, we completely control the region of Bactria. We'll become Buddhists in the near future, closer than you think. But the Bol is not in a region of Bactria. As we look at the white outline, we control it all. Yes. And that includes Mafasa too. As we're going, a bit slightly further. So we do have full control of it. But right now there is a revolt. Tajik Ashari uprising. Asharism is still strong here. And also we should use that time after this, reintroduce the Afghan culture through the Khyber, Kabul pass areas. Basically, all of Kabulistan needs to be Afghan again, connecting them and Balkh. The rest of it can stay Tajik, and lesser extent Persian to come over here. But surprisingly, there is a small Greek minority. And yes, there is a revival of the Sogdian culture here. Because we gave the land to the Sogdians. Do not worry. You'll look upon me higher one day. And when I say swing a few more times with the sword, we got to deal with the rebels now. And after this, we're going to make some changes of everything. It should be further away so they don't get the jump on us. Aldara leads the troops once more as she's 62 years old and feeling fine. As she will become a strategist in about 4 years or so. She will be a strategist, before she can go onto stewardship focus and live the rest of her life like that. I'm not going to go for medicine just to prolong her life. I think she would rather have her life end very soon to live in peace and prosperity. Now let's kill a few more enemies. Enemies of Bactria must be stopped. And of course we keep referring to ourselves as Bactrians as a nationality rather than ethnicity. You can keep them anyone else because we're just dealing with populists. We're not on the offensive orders anymore. Because from now on, we will defend our gains. Defend what we have fought so hard for. Caballeros, we ride. There's the leader. Go in after him. That reminds me. You saw that Aswarda? Oh, good. You impregnated her. Thank God. Hope you have a strong, smart, and beautiful child. This is probably the last time I'm going to ask, and, you know, I've already asked him that a couple of times, as he requested gold, but I'm going to need a big pile of money from him. We'll do something with that money after this. I have considered applied, decided to grant your request. May these funds help spread the true faith in your lands. Yeah, right. We got the leader. Alright. Now let's make those changes immediately. Since we are considered, you know, Bactrian Empire, I mean not Empire by name, but the way we feel. And I thought, well, if I can't be Empress right now, I could just imitate as such. So where's the Imperial Crown? Not Byzantine Imperial Crown, but I mean like proper one. It's there somewhere. I don't know if they ever had an Imperial Crown for females. I mean, I saw it somewhere. Or we could go for this, even though this is an Indian-style crown, but it looks pretty grand, don't you think? How about the old European-style crown and put in an Indian-style crown, at least for now, until we find it again. So we'll look at it one more time. Actually, you should look to the original home of Hispania. We know what the Emperor looks like, but... Oh, this is what Empress wears? That? Swabian. I know he's too far away to interact, because our connections are severed. We can never go back to Cordoba now, as our level of splendor is legendary in this dynasty. Yes, dynasty. Prayer through God is there, because they're pious Catholics. But to us, for House Adarid, the dynasty named after me, fortune is prosperity. Founded more than 20 years ago. And I'm sure in the future, well, not that screen, but legacies, when they get up to 3,000, it could be any of these now, since I'm not the dynasty head. So, that crown that the Empress of Hispania wears over there, that to me, that's just, we need something more grand. So, I'm wearing this crown from now on. Because it looks like it's about as grand as it can get. Either that or I would have been wearing Afghan-style clothing, but that'll be up to my sons. Well, my only son. Well, she wears the exact same crown as I am. And she's Afghan, you know? And she became a Buddhist. Well, I guess I got the appearance right. Because, you know, we do come from Sindhu. Okay, here's a couple of changes we have to make. I'm going to give you the satrapy of Balkh, so that way we can have a max of the domain size, so we can have a bit more money and ease on the levies. So that's one. So she'll be very happy with that, and I'm sure the other vassals would look a bit higher. Well, just me being a gift-giving mood. And we shall create the title of the Duchy of Balkh, in which I will be its holder. And with that, it will be re-abled next month. So, next month, tax assessors. It is every peasant's duty to pay the crown appropriate tax in coin or produce. Our tax assessors ensure that what they pay is sufficiently proportionate for our needs, and unfortunately for us, most peasants are illiterate, so that increases holding taxes, because it's time for peace and prosperity to begin. Let me see. Yes, trading posts here. Hardy desert nomads travel between trading posts, bringing food with them to wherever it's needed the most. This is why I want to see peace and prosperity return to the lands that were once called Bactria, in which we're self-declared Bactrian now. I wear a different crown that looks grand in this part of the world. Think, Steward, my son. We're about to get knighthood in 5 months, which means whatever it's so knight effectiveness increases and direct vassals will look upon us highly a bit more. And more so, the Afghan culture isn't widespread. And unlike the Astur-Leonese culture, which even if I were to go back to that, I could never be its culture head because of the emperor, who is my nephew. Their culture is superior to ours, whereas the Afghans, unfortunately, they're a bit behind the times. So after we get knighthood, then windmills next because it's close to completion. Alfonso, a man of learning education, he will definitely help the Afghan culture to prosper again. So we're going to need you to continue the spread of the Afghan culture. Let me see here. Is to link it up to Balkh, starting with here. Yeah, starting here because I noticed the monthly progress at Ghazna. It'd be 4 years. And also, son, I am going to blackmail you. You might accept because there's a murder secret, which, by the way, it happened in a hunting incident. He killed a man, and we buried a body. Even though we're in the drylands, so we hid the body. By hid, we mean just bury it, because, you know, drylands is another way of saying open plain. He may not like me, but he's my son, so I'm going to have a strong hook on him, so make him an offer that he can't refuse. Thank you. Now wait a few months. Till December next year I get to hunt again, because I really love to hunt, even though I'm getting a bit too old for this. Right, it's active now. If only we can upgrade this, but we don't have the holdings innovation yet. My friend this has been hovering around my council meetings lately. Knowing her interest in matters of leadership, I cannot help but feel that the woman is waiting for me to impress her. I could probably engage her in conversation. On the other hand, it might be better for her to simply see me interact with my men. There is something to be said for at least pretending to know every soldier's face. You know, I don't think she lives over here. She lives in Scotland. We should go greet some recruits. A bit of that. So consider this. Debol is our winter capital. Balkh is our summer capital. Trust me, it makes sense. Yes, but Cephalus trudges out of the stable, dragging his legs and hanging his head. There can be no doubt the stallion is sick. The stable master assures me there's a cure to be found what ails him, but it comes at a hefty price. No price is too steep for my beloved Cephalus. We got money, and we're about to spend for some more money. We'll do whatever it takes to get some upgrades here. Think. Is it possible that we can construct a new holding? Because back in the day, in ancient Bactria, they say that Balkh, Bactria, is what they said it was a land of 1,000 walled cities, which is obviously an exaggeration, but it just pretty much tells you in its heyday, it was a very populous place. And I'm sure development was high at that time, back in those days. But development, well, it's kind of good here, but despite the fact it's in drylands, well, do more. So we're actually going to construct another city here. It will be the city of Nadvida. It'll be 5 years, and this is the first time that we're actually building a city, knowing its great wealth here, and we want to see prosperity returned here. While meanwhile, we still become patron of the Afghan culture. And please, just stop trying to convert. And my sister just died. Bled out of the lane fate torture section. Oh my. Who tortured you? Who hurt you? I'm gonna go work off some stress. Another lamp. Just get that reduced. Kahopal Solagar. Rajput. Organizer. But scaly. Alright. We have discovered knighthood. Alright, we do have a bit of exposure for hoardings, but For now, windmills. This unlocks all high medieval era economic buildings and more domain taxes. This is what I mean by we're going back to the days of peace and prosperity. Afghans, Tajiks, Sogdians will all be exposed to our innovations. And they too will be rich too. What's going on? Oh yeah, do not forget about the prisoners you can ransom. At least get a little bit of money out of them. Unpause it. We'll get sappers, which cause more infantry siege progress to contribute. But then again, we stopped having offensive wars. And then after that, then we'll go pick up strategist. So we can remember that Aldara was a military genius of sorts, even though that wasn't her original intention, but she's a Crusader queen. Crusader in name only. Her father sent her to the region, which he aspired that she would conquer India under the Catholic faith. But instead, she, well, you know, 3 more years, and I'll be strategist and go to stewardship and likely go for wealth focus. I don't need more stewardship increase because we already hold enough of the domain to my liking. But wealth progress, definitely. So we want to be... Look at our family motto. Fortune is prosperity. We're sure going to live up to it. Thank you very much. Oops, I thought it was a ransom, but nope, we've made an alliance with Punjab over there. The Raj of Pamir. Even though I would still love to go to the Punjab because it's got good development there. But it's kind of separated. No, no, no. You know what? Bring a few guests over. Invite claimants. See if anyone's going to be coming. This thing's about to be finished in 2 months. My grandson's been slain. Oh, and by the way, you should have a child by now. 2 of them! Oh, they're not twins. But anyways, they're given Afghan names now. So handsome, quick, robust. The other, Merab. Handsome, intelligent, robust. Okay, that's the better candidate. At least we have handsome children, which is, you know, pretty for females. Strong, smart, beautiful children. Just what we had in mind. Alright. What's going on here? Tyranny. I'm sure you'll have them dealt with. You have a claim for a Raj over there in Rajputana. No, no, no. Anything for Punjab. Has a claim on a Raj Oh, down at Karen. Oh, that's way over there in Orissa. I just noticed this bit of it is separated. And you have a claim for... Ah, right next door. Well, as we said, we do have aspirations to try to grab parts of the Punjab, but... Despite the fact that I've said that there should be no more wars, but I can't help it. And since we're getting good wealth, also you need to do a few other things. One, increase the size of the caballeros to 8. Same for the pikemen. And I know you spent quite a bit, but just wait. We'll fight 2 wars. One for a small little holy war, and the other claim it, just to give that person a... So, matter of fact, where is she? Ah, there you go. How much? Yipe! You're already married man. You're married. Chauhan, that's a Rajput dynasty of old. I'll think about it. Trading post constructed. And 4 years left for the city. And then after that, if we raise a lot of money, then it'll be another city. And one of these days I would like to see the Byzantine Empire driven out of this region. But they have the Caspian, so they're well connected. And wait for another heresy outbreak. What am I gonna do with a strong hook on him? He's a non-believer, but he's gaining piety, so I'm sure he'll be out of him being a sinner. And another reason why we're increasing the size of our men of arms is because we've been an army of conquest, and yet we're not, a proper organized army. Fully filled. Oh, my friend just died. I see no harm in grabbing a bit of this part. Because we can win this quickly. And hopefully some prisoners to ransom. Start here. Alright. Satrap Poil's taxes will be increased. One little quick war, and that's it. There's only one holding to take. One of these days I would love to ask the Pope for some more money, knowing that what we're getting into these days. Arab Christian Kingdom of Syria. Strength is similar to ours, but in technical sense, it's the Byzantine Empire that is the strongest empire in the world. So it says. How much longer? 2 years. And after hoardings next. As I make my way to the stable, I'm greeted by the happy neighs of Cephalus. He seems eager to stretch his legs in the beautiful weather. I could do nothing but agree. I must take every moment to practice. Here's a bit of a stress reducer. And need all that practice. Doesn't cost too much. Come, baby, Cephalus. Together we ride to our destiny. Karma. Culture. Got a piece of land for you to govern. And disband all real quick so we can redeploy. Karluk. These people. I have ridden, taken aim, and struck so many times. I thought nothing could upset my rhythm. As I take yet another gallop down the practice range, a commotion I cannot fully see makes my horse rear up. For an instant, momentum is keeping me pinned on the back of the horse and it starts shaking. Then as the time is flowing slow, I can feel myself becoming dislodged. Oh, now I am getting old and my prowess is decreasing bit by bit. Calm down, boy. Calm down. I can feel myself being thrown left and right, but no motion makes me loosen my grasp on the reins in the saddle. My commands eventually soothe the horse, and the animal is soon back to stomping eagerly on the hard-packed ground, as stable as ever. Such a forceful beast. Experienced rider for 10 years. Time for you to learn to fear the caballeros. Yep, right in the middle. Most of the forces are over there. So, here. Yeah, he's over there. Also, you should take a look at the other vassals. I should be swaying some of the others. Oh, it's just an Agabad, which, you know, simply means it's a local. Don't worry about them. We got everybody in our positives. We're escaping over the border. That means it's going to take a long time to get all of them. It's the last thing I would want. And damn it, I had plans to go hunting if it weren't for you, fools. Come and take an ass kicking. Keep them busy. Capture the leader, if we can. Also, if our country gets more richer, we should get, you know, camel riders. Because, you know, half the country's desert. At least this part of it. Now let me hunt in peace. Stress reducer. People just don't quit, do they? You would think a creature from a myth, perhaps a god disguised in animal form. It was the largest heart I've ever seen. Even after the beast was wounded, the chase lasted half a day. It is still an imposing sight, lying dead before me. How much dread do I have? Well, far too much, because, you know, we've executed a lot of people. So. Its head will look beautiful in my great hall. We've done it. Okay, one more year. One more year. 20 months. Still feeling fine, so it's likely that I will live into my 70s. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I cannot create the Empire of Bactria right now, that's because, well, I cannot move the capital to anywhere again. Because, you know, we've already did that once. And that was to Sibi, which is how we became Afghans in the first place. Weavers spin cloth in their workshops, which then they trade to the desert nomads. We will make Balkh the center of trade, one would think. And increasing further our income and spreading the Afghan culture. It's not going until another 5 years I get to hunt again. That's why they call her the Huntress. Well, she's known by many names. You people can imagine it. And I'm sure some of you female viewers that are watching this, which we don't get a lot around here, but if you do, you are probably really inspired by what Aldara's done, outdoing her ancestors. Now he needs to work in his endurance. So one thing we haven't done for this horse yet, which I doubt it does anything to it. Nothing, because you can only do it twice. Let me see. Strong and agile warhorse. Also, stop the swing. Someone's planning to kill my guest. Tajik. Too weak to send an ultimatum now. Well, good, because we're trying to increase the size of our levy, so they'll rethink twice about doing all of that again. Because peace and prosperity must return. Four months, and then we go straight to stewardship and make a fortune. And we'll get to Punjab some other time, alright? Not gonna waste my money on another war. We want to make money to spend money on things that'll help us make money. There goes another one of my rivals. And that's one more year till windmills and more money for the domain. How are you feeling? Poor. It's possible that I may outlive you. That would mean I outlive my first two husbands. Yes, well, we lack in diplomacy. He died because of complications related to drug. Alright. Now I am a strategist. What this means is, +1 diplomacy, +3 martial, which we no longer have to focus on strategy anymore. Enemy fatal casualties, 25 plus, and crosses water without advantage penalties. Aldara is a dedicated student of the art of war, capable of turning any situation to their advantage. Sounds a lot like her. And now, wealth focus. War, honor, loyalty are all means to an end. Gold. Let's just work on architect. Don't work on this one because, you know, we're building stuff, so therefore it would be fitting if I just spend the rest of my life aspiring to be an architect. And due to the character being Midas Touch, monthly stewardship experience lifestyle experience will be 40 plus. And in addition, thanks to power and prosperity, which means every 2 years, unless events, we pick up a stewardship perk. And since we already have tax woman, which collects more taxes, so defensive measures, muster rolls, that's even faster. Levy reinforcement rate. Actually, go this way first, because we've been building stuff lately. So we need to do that. And after, you know, we get these two done, popular opinion, domain limit, and then architect. So she's feeling fine, so she will spend the rest of her life aspiring to be an architect after she's been a very effective female military leader. I'm surprised there hasn't been a heresy outbreak. There should be one, because I'd like to see a crusade, and I got an idea where the crusade should be. This is why I'm not turning Buddhist yet. Maybe when I start feeling poor, which I'm feeling like I'm going to be at deathbed. People of Ghazni fully embraced Afghan traditions. Continue. Now make our way up to Kabul. And after that to Bamiyan, and then we're connected. The Sogdian. Wakoshak. It's my pleasure. I got nothing better to do. This better be worth my time. To the satrapy of Sogdia. Holy War Chiefdom of Kashgar. You're going to Kashgar? Wow. It's another important Silk Road city. There may be another uprising in our hands, but what can you do? Despite the huge increase in the size of our soldiers, we still can't stop these populists unless we convert, but do not worry. Do not worry, because we know how to solve that situation of the populists. And it may come sooner rather than later. If my health can hold out. It doesn't say poor yet. But yet it's a wonder how I undone my father, Fernando the Great, and my great-grandfather, Osiriu, the Anointed. I outdid my grandfathers because never have we built an empire this fast. But it's an empire by name, hence the reason why I keep referring to it rather than the kingdom. As we are self-declared Bactrian. Fascination windmills complete. So now we can unlock high medieval economic buildings, which I'm sure that'll do Balkh some good. 9 months and this city will be finished. Just want to see good development here. Hoardings, next. That's for high medieval era fortification buildings. It'll take 7 years. And after that, probably guilds. Or trebuchets. Actually, we don't have a lot of problem with dealing with siege matters, so likely either of the two. But again, if we want to improve, we got to continue to keep spreading the Afghan culture back to the way it was back in those days. Oh, we can have more. We're almost there to the development growth. So now local sparring tournament, my son and heir is here. As always being unsolvable. Out his constant complaints making everyone even more miserable than normal. Meanwhile, my friend, Satrap Shahdom, is sitting under the pavilion, clearly they bored halfway to death. Isn't he already my friend? Yes, he's already my friend. I'll just say I've wasted enough time on this disaster. Don't want to antagonize my son. He's the son and heir of everything. Got a lot of years ahead of you. Keep that well in mind. But you've got children too. So now well springs. With limited water, a new well is sure to make the area prosper. Several such springs have been discovered, and proper wells have been constructed. 2 months, and there's about to be another uprising. My dynasty has unlocked treasured knowledge. Ah, here it is. The little faster learning lifestyle experience. That's going to be good for my son when he takes over. Get on out of here. As I said before, I think we may have to convert to Buddhism a little bit sooner than later. And I don't want to go on a pilgrimage. I'd rather do it for a Buddhist pilgrimage. Like after conversion, then I would like to go to the place where the Buddha was first enlightened. Damn, these guys are everywhere. Where is your leader? Over there. You deal with this lot. You know, since I keep saying commanders improve, have you ever done any improvement to my son? I mean, we know he's brave, robust, House of Warriors. Remember, he's still my Aswar, is he not? Yes, because he's wearing the armor. Don't need to look it up. He's here. You know, the one with the most Aswars. So he's over in there now. Alfonso. There he is. capture him. We may not be doing martial anymore, but doesn't mean I can still, kill you or capture. I still have the best advantage around. Gotcha. Bye-bye. Now, the city. City's been built. And this is the vassal that gets to hold the new city that we just built for them. I mean, of course, there's nothing in there now. Clan, not republic. Oh, that's not going to produce anything. How much is for another city? Another 400. Saya Hadjun. This is going to be a rich province here. Now it's Sogdians. Shari province. Now give me more money. They call the Pope the Foolish. I just saw his nickname just now. A lot of open ground here. Huh. What have you done? You reduced the satrap's taxes. You fool. But then again, we don't have good chancellors these days. But you know, perhaps we should go Buddhist very, very soon. I mean, let's have a look. This particular sect of Buddhism. It's going to cost us 250 piety. Everyone is willing to convert, except for the two, but those are just mayors and whatnot. But then again, I should have said, like, the reason not to contribute anything is because this is just newly built. Be patient. It's not like things happen in instants. Although my original plan was to stall enough time to wait for a heresy outbreak to occur. Then the Pope declares a crusade for somewhere, join the crusade, and redirect the war to Constantinople. Screw the Byzantine Empire over. But I don't know, because, because I would love to see them, get them off our backs, but they'll never stop expanding in all directions. And often joins in wars. But a strange similar of ours, so we can actually beat them if we can. Oh wow, 50 learning. Look at him. Well, he does hold the holy site of Alexandria. That's where he gets full of that knowledge. No wonder why the Greeks are so technologically advanced. Just shaking my head. And yes, Ash'ari Islam has fallen, and it seems that Ari Buddhism is starting to catch on. Matter of fact, the Duke of Macron has become a Buddhist. Apparently, Buddhism is catching on in this part of the world instead of Catholicism. Yeah, but here's one problem with Ari Buddhism. It is male-dominated, and it's polygamous. Despite the similarities. But what I would prefer to to convert to this Buddhism, because this is readily available. That can also mean that Catholic influence out here is starting to get weaker. But if the Byzantine Empire ever attack us, well, it's better that we attack them before they have a chance to attack us, because we would be of a different faith. So after all this period of time of conquests and everything, some would think we left a lot of death and destruction in its wake. And you think that in this period, hey, if you can win us Gandhara, well, actually wait for the... They dealt with it, now he's gonna go get Gandhara for us. Well, we did say we did desire for... Aha! I'm glad I stalled. So come on, get up to 80. No, it's 70. That's the for the Pope to call a crusade. Remember our part of the plan. My warriors will be ready to fight. This will get us a bit of a piety for this. Now, here's the second part of the plan. Redirect the war. Why would it be against the... Find it. The name you're looking for is Thrace. We're gonna screw them over. It's a one final FU to Catholicism before we go Buddhist and take refuge in the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the community. Now look again. Slow down. It's Thessalonica. That's the name you're looking for. Thessalonica, not Thrace. Thessalonica. 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 If it's not there because they're Orthodox, then, well, there's something else we could try. I mean, it's possible. Georgia doesn't exist. Why on earth we would want to redo that thing? Okay, but maybe somewhere. Croatia, Serbia, Bulgaria, maybe? As long as it's part of Byzantine Empire. So keep looking. Or they do not crusade against Orthodox because it doesn't make any sense. Pannonia, well, there's that area. I don't see, you know, Croatia or Serbia. I do not want them to have a presence in India, because that would be problematic for me. Think somewhere far instead. Where they'll be there, but they'll be badly supplied. Who holds Georgia? Oh, Sheikhdom to Tbilisi. Oh, that's why. It's just in case when there's infidels targets, but not necessarily, you know, who controls what. So So not against the Byzantine Empire, but what about the Kingdom of Zaporizhia? What the heck is... Anyways, look for that instead. Not anywhere near here. Maybe there, but they can actually travel by boat easily. Telling them to go to Sweden would cause the pagans to give them a tough fight. Oh hell, even Tibet. Or even these areas. Think of all these defenders that'll be there, even though they're all a bunch of little counties and such. I got somewhere just to get them off our backs. To stay out of my business. Or go extremely far to Bryatia. Why the hell not? They'll travel all this way, they'll be out of supply, attrition, and all that and more. But if they do manage to get up there, then what the hell? So if we can't screw over Byzantium, then we can screw over the Catholics. Oh, wait a minute, there it is. Actually, no, because I don't think the Orthodox will fight against it. Remember, back in the day when we fought against the heretics, that only those of hostile and evil faith will stand up against Crusaders, but not them, the Orthodox? Okay, Buryatia it is. And what's wrong with Arabia? Cathars. That's why it's a target. Anyways, Buryatia. Here it is. Counter to Buryatia. They're mainly Tengri, right? Yeah, go far. We can leave the crusade anytime soon. It'll be launched in a year's time. So I could say, come on, please win. Get Gandhara. No one can stop you in your way. Although they may put up a fight. There goes another one of my rivals. We're building stuff, so we're cutting cornerstones. Ah, yes, you love to ride on a horse. Come enjoy yourself. They withdrew from the crusade. Excuse me, the siege. I will soon be withdrawing from the crusade, matter of fact. Did you capture the Punjab ruler? So come on, keep winning. Win Gandhara for us, and then we'll all be Buddhists. Or, alternatively, you win this holy war, then I will do one last holy war and get that, then we'll be Buddhist. And everyone is happy. Got it? And if we capture any Punjabi Hindus, then they're gonna have to run the place. Blood-stained cloth, crow's feathers, strange smelling concoctions. This is evidence presented to me of a group of villagers from Sonda as proof that Samala Devi has been practicing witchcraft in her hut on the outskirts of their village. The villagers claim evil works must be the cause of their bad weather and calling for her execution. That evidence circumstantial. Release her. They ain't gonna like it, but I need stewardship, and fast. The Afghans are winning. Get Parushapura. Do your part, and I will do mine next. I will ignore this crusade. They may put up a fight, but remember, most of those contributions is coming from me. So good luck with trying to field all those men all the way over there. Still feeling fine. I guess I am going to turn 70 after all. Next spring, we'll be going hunting. My favorite activity more than feasts. Feasts are more expensive. Hunting is fun. And better stress reducer. Get up to the area near where the Indus has begun. Actually, keep looking down the river. Where does the Indus begin? Actually keeps going and makes a turn, and it's around there. Where does the Indus begin? Wait a minute, what the? This is a defensive war. Now I'm a new target. God dang, these Sogdians gave us a couple of more gains. Now we have to defend these newly won gains. But this is their claim on the chiefdom of Kashgar, which was earned by the Sogdians. Kashgar is actually one big... Wow. It was said that Kashgar is another one of the important Silk Road cities. But remember our motto. Don't worry about that small army. Win it for us. We'll start up here. Well springs constructed in Balkh. Well, we can't get this yet until we have Cedric Castle. Which, to get that, we have to get Hoardings Innovation, which is what we're working on right now. So it's not going to be until 5 years. And an additional few more years. But now let's make a minor offensive. Get them to have white peace. Because I would hate to spend all of my money on this conflict. Yep, have fun in Buryatia. I will have no part of it. Is it possible that I could still convert to another faith while this is still, going on? Yes. With a minor exception, of course, but still. You got what you came. Can't ask the holiness for more money again. Do your job. Beat him up. bringing all the fighting men with us. Where do you think you're going? Aha! You lose the claim and pay up. Okay, let's get back to friendly territory. Alright, we've taken Gandhara. Now we have to do one last Catholic holy war. Because I kept saying time and time again that I desire the Punjab. And we will get Punjab. Because of its wealth. But it'll be till another year. Because this coming spring, I'm going hunting. If they win Buryatia up there, I'll be very surprised. I am 70 years old and I'm feeling fine. Even though my prowess ain't what it used to. I'm too old to be fighting. Out on the front line at least. It's almost like I'm asking myself for a death wish. So, November. We raise our troops in November. Ramachandra. Shah Ramachandra. He's gone. He did very good for the military of the realm. And he was a great fighter too. But now I must remarry anyone with particular good skill. How about learning? Because we've been carried about technology as of late. And we have some well-learned men. Which, well, there's a similar skilled person and will be around a little bit longer. And a scholar too, there we go. I know we'll never have children, but I need your talent. I'm going to put our full focus towards patronage. Yes, thank you. Now I have a lot of learning skill, and this should go a little bit faster. A little bit. And we want buildings done faster. Just remembered. Yes, for more tough spearmen. Same here. Our spearmen will be fighting hard. Oh dear. Well, be going hunting now. And what else? Oh yes. Now it's Balkh's office. An excellent way to make sure that peasants pay their taxes is a threat of being thrown into dungeon, should they not? That is the job of the Bailiff. Ever on our side. So we have to deal with this uprising first, before we go to one last holy war for Punjab, as we said before, ignore the crusade. And this is going to be the last time they'll ever rise up against us. As we ride deep into the Mazapanit of Nishabur, the ground grows wetter and the air grows heavier. Suddenly, from out of the greenery surrounding us, a giant of a man appears, hulking in layer on layer of dirty clothing. Explain yourself, he shouts. What are you doing in my marshland? Fearless. I don't have the fighting skill like I used to, but... Whoa, just kill him outright. Well, I'm interested. So you're a Martian, is it? Then show us around. Big boost. Let's leave this adventure for now, as we're gonna go kill some Shari populace and oh boy, that's a big one. Leaders likely, easy for me to say, to be in this army. Get back a little. Oh my god, 4 months. This is what happens when we raise our troops too soon and not, you know. Hurry up. They're gonna take some of our holdings. And keep my horse well. My son is now a physician. He knows a lot of things that we don't about the human body. Nice of you to dress up like a Crusader, even though you're not a proper Crusader. And you'll no longer be a sinner once you become Emperor. Okay. I may not have the advantage like I used to. But I'm still willing to destroy all the enemies in our way. You're gonna bring all the good fighting men. Well, it's gonna be up to the caballeros and the pikemen. We'll probably win. You actually have a title? Well, how do you know? "15 months for the other city." I'm probably gonna get hurt here, since my prowess ain't what it used to be. No, we did not capture him, unfortunately. So it's gonna take a while longer. But we have the movement speed. What an odd appearance this Sogdian has. Crusader armor, but still wears a turban. It's not the leader. Afghan culture continues to spread. Now to Bamiyan. This was once a Buddhist place. So yes, we want to see the Afghans to return to Buddhism. It's not their original faith, but they were a good patron of the faith. Even though their original faith was Zoroastrianism. But there are no Zoroastrians here anymore. Continue to pick them off one by one. And after that, holy war for the... God dang it, I just realized it. I'm still feeling fine, there's still time. How could you let these bastards away? Centralization, development, growth, and realm capital. Well, that's in the bowl, so oh well. At least we got that perk a little faster after that little hunting event. Opponent starving. Where is this Balkh? Oh, he's gone far. Gonna go on the other side, so head this way. Secret exposed. Damn. Hey, I'm gonna let you out of here. Feel sorry about it. You're a Buddhist. I know in our laws adultery is very bad and it's criminal, but in your faith it isn't. May have to branch off these forces soon because of supply limit. Nah, break the alliance. As I said before, we are completely ignoring that crusade. Because we will be Buddhists soon. If we can get this done and get the Punjab. If we can't get it, then someone will. Particularly someone with a claimant. Where the hell are these enemies? They disappeared. Anyway, split up a little. You go to here. You stay put. If the supplies are well. And soon we'll split up here as well. Split. Just need to go somewhere with good supplies to refill. It's almost like we're rationing. My secrets are uncontroverted and I can never put it down. But if I just shared it with someone, it might be lighter to carry. I feel certain that the satrap would understand me. Come closer and something to confess. I've murdered a lot of people. I admit. And I'm feeling poor now, so I fear that my time may be coming very soon. Caspian Sea. Caspian. And do you know what? As my health is starting to wane, we'll have to get to Punjab some other time through a claimant war of sorts. It's time. There'll be two exceptions, but these are, you know, Agbads. And after all these years, after all these conquests, cannot convert ongoing Great Holy War. I should have never taken part of it. Now look what we got ourselves into. It was my idea. I should have never taken part of it, and I cannot get out of this. Empire of Italia. They've separated from Hispania. Isn't that interesting? Where's our ally, by the way? Can we see their troop movements? They're starving out. They're just barely arriving there. Well, Bactria. Well, it's them that were against them. Yes? Yes. Beatria's Catholic. Did we just scare them into converting? Or have they always been up there? No idea. Well, one thing's for certain. That I guess I will die a Catholic. While the son will be a Buddhist. Which is one of the requirements, though. Well, I've done all I can. Now let's hunt down the bastards. And the Byzantine Empire has gotten rid of the presence. Oh, we're not against Tengri, it's the one with a different faith. That's what we're up against, to be exact. What have you done? God dang incompetent chancellors. Ah, there they are. Come here. Don't let them get away. We're gonna get them surrounded. It'll be the last of their forces. Why did I take part in the Crusade? But then again, she was a pious Catholic. She had sympathies for Buddhism, and she said that her son would be the first Bactrian Emperor, which no doubt he will. Don't let them get to see. Dynasty of Many Crowns. Hey. One day our dynasty will rule realms across the world. Through marriage and conquest, the Lilligildian name will be known to all. That's for our dynasty. More stewardship, more prestige, direct vassal opinion. Increase the level of splendor by 1,000. Our legacy shall endure for eternity. Through carefully planned marriages, alliances, and conquest, our dynasty has taken its rightful place among the true powers of the known world. Sindh, Hispania, Italia, Gabon, our domain stretches far and wide. Many crowns sit atop our heads, but by blood we are united as one. May our legacy live on for eternity. Well, it was our forefathers that did most of the work. Ogbad Alfonso, not the Alfonso that we know of. It's this tiny force that's left. Come on! Hunt them down. We can't let them get away. Aha. You know where they're gonna be. Yeah, the defender controls war target, that's another problem. It's gonna take an eternity and a half. There. them all this. Well, they can put up a fight, because the enemies aren't very much up there. Even though we do contribute a big part of it, but we're not going to be there for supply reasons. And as we remind ourselves, we can't convert because we took part of a great holy war, which unfortunately those satraps and all the others are not going to look at my heir highly, because he's not a good person. Unless he can, well, keep making all that wealth, because that wealth will be used to send gifts. And we know he's a sinner, but we cannot deny of his virtues or lack thereof. So I've done all I can. Should have never taken part of that crusade. Is he on the field? Yes. If they somehow capture him, and if they win, well then that's good, but can't do a damn thing right now. That's the guy. There's not a lot of territory you could take in this area, so... What the hell are y'all waiting for, huh? Oh, and give me some money too. Don't have the piety like I used to. Get a weak hook on him. I'll educate him as much as I can. Sucker. Anyways. Another city's been finished. It's ran by her. 2 months left. Let's be stronger. For the heck of it. Well, time to invite a few people before I pass on. I'm sure that option will come up again. And stop spending all that piety, so... A giant. Come on in. Sure you're not engaging. You know your main target's over there. If you take all of this, this will be very easy. Even if we had sent our troops over there, we would be out of supplies by then. Can't upgrade this yet. Where we are. In about 8 months. See if I could live long enough to 8 months and restart building this. Guess I was a Crusader Queen after all. But the Balkh Catholic after all. And continue to save up money so you can improve relations with just about everyone. They're all with you. No. For this. I saunter between the market stalls of the bull, a heavy pouch tugged in my belt. How do I make this coin work for me? As I admire the wares of a local stonemason, a perfect geometry and a sound investment, my son and heir Alfonso suddenly appears on my side. Well, word of advice, mother? Have a look at the smithy over there. Their wares might be simple, but their potential is great. Got another child, another grandson. Handsome, quick, robust. Just wonder. Invest in the smithy. So, there's a 75% chance it becomes my friend. Have a great investment. great investment. Alright. I'm sure he's going to be a little sad when I pass on, since, you know, we really like each other. Today. Come on in. What the hell? Oh, I thought I was seeing things. Scared me for a moment. I'm not scared of death, though, because I know that my time will be coming. Resilient bloodline. The dynasty legacy is unlocked. Less chance of bad traits. And we'll be getting this in the future. And look at our renown gain. There's 2 emperors now, and there's going to be a 3rd in Bactria. Hispano-Bactrian Bactria. Wonderful. Again, my son will have the honor to do this, but don't worry, we're alright. Oh, you've actually won a battle. And you haven't captured the enemy. Because if you do capture the Duke, then you will win the war. Actually, he's from over there. Huh. So that's where you're going. Even though you're almost out of luck. Hoardings is finished. Now we're about to enter into the High Medieval era. In fact, we're in the High Medieval era. God dang it! Late Medieval. We need 2 more. And that's already begun in Europe. And some other parts. So take advantage of the trebuchets. The Afghans are a bit behind the times, and we're going to help them. So the real target is actually over there. Hey, Satrap, come on in. Look, if we want to win that crusade for you and get things done fast, at least let's send mercenaries your way. A good-sized mercenary company. Hold it. Rally point. There we go. I mean, use all that money for something. You're well supplied. If you can. So, go, ride hard, and don't look back. Can't be Buddhist until the crusade is done, so might as well contribute to something. Not going to send my whole army over. But at least when I pass on, the sun will move the capital to Balkh. He's reaching his 40s. A lowly scullery maid has been stealing from my household. A man cowers before me, sniveling about hungry children in the mercy of St. Joseph. Please, my lady, I will do anything you ask. Wow. What am I going to do with him? Show him what true hunger feels like. Don't forget about your dread. Well, as long as they remain in occupied territory, they can keep themselves supplied. So the real target is at the end of the earth there. Barely. Huh. You're always my friend. Just spend some time with him. So again, I'm never going to turn back to Astur Leonese because I'll never be the culture head, so we can pick whatever innovations of late medieval that we want. So it's better that I stay Afghan and help out with them. Hence the reason why our family, from now on, is going to be a great patron to the of the Afghans. Just 1 second. We got a good one for once. And I don't know if you can do it by the time. But here next. 3 years. You've done well for yourself. Puts a smile on my face. Seems hiring those mercenaries was a good investment. You know what? Give me 2 more. I know we're spending big. So I'll actually go on over there. You may run into supply problems on the way. So they would be remaining small. Just capture the capital. Support our forces, capture the Duke, and then we win the war. So this is the area we may actually want. Briatia is actually up there. That's the real target. Has all the objectives taken? Oh, I'll go up there and occupy more. I ain't got all day. I have a limited time on Earth. Go faster. We ain't got the money like we used to. Oh. How? Oh, we'll have that adjusted. They're not big enough to form an empire. Nowruz. While my court celebrates the Iranian festival of Nowruz every year, my duties as Banebshen often make it difficult for me to participate in the festivities. With the equinox approaching in my realm in a prosperous and stable state, I wonder if I should take some extra time this year to get out of the castle and get into the all-day spirit. This is a joyous occasion, best spent visiting others. It's fortification like weak. I don't think you're bringing any siege weapons, but it'll do for the time. Just occupy all of this, and then we should be fine. They don't have as much allies as people think. But their armies are just as in the bad shape as the Crusaders are. Yeah, I think that's gonna attract some of them over here, so you may want to move. Allied left the war. Why can't we do the same thing? I would love to leave this war. And the beneficiary is who gives a damn. Just want this done so we can all convert to Buddhism. Let me go hunting. This is probably going to be my last one. Riding a group ahead of the group as the giant suddenly grows still around me. The sound is almost palpable. I struggle to hear even the noise of the horse's hooves. Just as I'm about to turn back to find the others, I glimpse it ahead of me. Blurry as in a dream. A heart as white as snow. Like something from the tale. I must have it. Get to here. I follow the white heart into the drylands. An almost unnatural silence hangs heavy over us. The sudden sound of a voice startles me. My lady, there you are! I turn around and see the rest of my party having caught up to me. As I look back, the heart is gone. He might have gotten away this time. Yeah, can't stay up here. Go to the steps. It's good supply. You'll be with reinforcements shortly enough. And then we shall deal with the enemy armies, which they're in bad shape. Now I am a hunter, aka huntress. Blackmail. I know you are, that... Emperor. How did you know? When did we receive contact with them again? Have they returned to the Middle East? Yes, they've returned. Well, I'm very old, so fine. You have a blackmail on me. Whatever the hell you're gonna do with it, it ain't gonna be any good for you. I've done so many things that are unspeakable. And those secrets are gonna die with me. If we take them on now, we'll probably win. We'll definitely score big. We can't wait for those reinforcements. Get them now. Shit. Stop. Let's wait for the others. Still got my warhorse, which I'm surprised this horse is still about as old as I am. I'm older than that horse. What are you talking about? Probably win. This is where we shall fight. This is where they die. You're all mercenaries. You're all scum, and you know it. We sent you up there because we don't want to send our actual military up there. Big war score. Now come on, that talk is clicking. They can get it back in a matter of days. This barony you must take. Yes, I said the talk is clicking, but I said it in a spoonerism way, because, you know, it's funnier that way. A proper mayor. Duke himself. You know what? Split up. Catch him. We can get him. If we catch him, we gain a kingdom. Well, whoever's going to get it. Which will likely be me, because, you know, we're ranked first and I have not named a beneficiary. Well, in that case, but some cousin of mine. Just somebody that I don't give a damn. Catch him! We took the daughter. It's not it. They got no forces now. But stay here. You need to be resupplied. Well, this is a heck of a fortification. You can go across the steps and no problem. Just grab all this land and it'll be 100%. If I die, then it's up to my son to finish the task, as he will be the Emperor of Bactria, while I'm a self-proclaimed Empress of Bactria. We're starving out here. Mercenaries' contract is expiring, that's the first one. Where do you learn such things? Here. Yeah, that's done. $63. These mountains. Well, begin your siege there, and they'll be linking up with you the rest of the way. And this one's got a weak fortification as well. But remember, Bactria up there, but some of that is Catholic. And this is the main target. Go assist them in the siege while they all die up there. Come on, get up there. Siege this area quick before I expire. 7 days. We should see the conclusion, and remember, the other forces that we have to take are up there. Grab these two at least, and then we'll get us a good war score. Eleven, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 83. Okay. So go to here. This one's a level 2 fortification. Move out. My lady, this search of yours for mere beast I've admitted worries me. My Archbishop Vat approached me as I swept through reports of new sightings of the White Hart. Evidently, anything demands so much attention would be sent by Satan, if as of existence not the sign of the Lord himself. The heart is a messenger from God. What are you going on about? And thank you very much. Okay, maybe a big battle against them will win us a big war score, but instead they're turning away. We haven't won much battle, so I think a big battle will grant us victory. It's just a hostile army. Come on. It's a long way. But we'll try to get him. A decisive battle will win the battle. Will win us the battle, I mean. Mercenary contracts expiring. I will renew at least one of you after this. 97! Get up there! I cannot renew this one, but we'll renew this. And we'll be under depth for a bit. Ah. Perhaps we can renew the other one after all. This is just to contribute to the siege a little. Praise St. Matthew, here comes the tax refund. My sister died of old age. Contract expired. Alright. But just get this fort. Oh, it's been occupied by another foreign power that they want. It's Buryatia. Oh, of course. Catholic Buryatia. It's a sunny day. Let's go out. And work off some stress while you're at it. Keep that stress away. This is supposed to be a weak fort. Come on, hurry up. This hostile army's ruining everything. You'll be just. Come on, faster. I think I just let another mercenary. Some popular figurehead. Oh, god dang. 97 again. 3 months to go help them with the siege. It's January now. There's a breach. Come on. Hurry! Before I expire. It's a miracle. It feels like I'm 80 now. Go. How about here? I know some of that's Tajik, but we're spreading the Afghan culture a little bit more. It's 87 again. God dang it. Why are you doing this? We're not gonna go, you know. You know what you mean. It's 97. It's 4. No, we can't afford it. Actually, hunt down the enemies. Find them. One of you go out. Search and destroy. We need to win the battle. And a battle we shall have. It'll win us the crusade. Come on, hurry! 100%. I'm 78. And it's possible that we will be Buddhists at the very end after all. Now wait for confirmation. While you're at it, just try to head to there if they try to take more territory. Well, it is your territory. Crusade is victorious. And now, on the 4th of July, apparently an appropriate date that will stop at this episode. Now we got one final act. It's time to take refuge in the Buddha, take refuge in the Dhamma, take refuge in the Sangha, and let's convert to Vajrayana Buddhism. Yes, everyone is a Buddhist now, except for a select few, which it's alright. And even though some of that was able to spread into formerly a Sharilan, oh yeah, the equal doctrine. Okay, one last little thing before we finally get on out of here. Succession. That's equal. It has to be male preference. So that way, it's still going to be my son and heir. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to end this very long, heart-rendering episode of this Bactrian series. Because on the next episode, Aldara will finally pass away in peace. And there will be peace in all. But until then, so long for now.